Hello, this is Reverend Bill, and tonight is Saturday night, the 21st. We're just a few days away from Christmas. And tonight I thought that I would go over the release of the Superman teaser trailer. Came out a couple of days ago. Um, and I thought we would take a look at it. The first glimpse at what the new Superman's like, taken over from Henry Cavill, who I personally thought was a really good Superman. Um, Maybe not the best of stories, but I thought he really did a good job as far as playing the role, looking the part, etc. Um, for full disclosure, though, I should be honest with you, I am not a huge fan of Superman. I I'm not crazy about the fact that I think he's just like too powerful. When he can do just about anything, I find that a little bit boring. Um, the only thing that could beat him is kryptonite, and lo and behold, it seems everybody and his brother has a pocket full of kryptonite going around, and everyone can kill him, or so it seems to me, anyway. I do go way back with Superman. I watched the original George Reeves Superman, which I am older than I guess a lot of you. But I wasn't. I think the George Reeves came out in the 50s. Now, in order to watch it, as it was airing first run, I would have had been born probably in the 40s. I'm not that old. But TV was a lot different when I was growing up. A lot less programs to watch. So a lot of these shows were actually before my time, but our generation, we got to see a lot of shows that were actually a generation before us. So I'm somewhat of an expert on, George Reeves Superman, Leave It to Beaver, Father Knows Best. Not so much Make Room for Daddy, although I did see that a few times. But yeah, I mean, a lot of shows are actually more suited to maybe our parents. We got to watch because they didn't have the selection they had now. So, you watched whatever was on the TV at the time. And there was a lot of second run shows played in the 60s and early 70s that were probably more like mid 50s. So, yeah. But getting back to what I didn't like about his character is they it was just kind of a cheesy character. He was too goody goody. It was interesting too because there was a Miracle Man comic that came out that had the same issue. They revisited a copy of Superman that had Superboy and all that kind of stuff, and whole super family, and they made it very dark. It was made by Alan Moore, and I read a few of those episodes. I think John Tolbin drew it. Very, very good. It was from the I think early '80s. Very dark. He was able to actually get this character and bring him back, and got rid of a lot of the problems with having almost a godlike man, and that was good viewing. But anyway, that's Miracle Man, and we're talking about Superman. So anyway, I'm not a big fan of Superman. I find that superheroes have got to be somewhat vulnerable. But anyway, with that said, let's keep an open mind and watch this new trailer with this new actor, Superman. Just got it in here in the background, and let's give it a shot here. All right. So, let's see. I'm not supposed to have the sound, I don't think, so I'm going to kill the sound. Boom. Okay, so here it looks like Superman pummels the Earth for some reason. I don't think we know right now. And here he's making his way to the Daily Planet. He's bleeding, beaten up. Not sure what happened to him. Okay, gonna give self props to James Gunn. Lois Lane looks very modern. She looks like she could almost be a feminist. Get more self promotion. Okay, I'm surprised that he's playing the part of the father. And who's coming to rescue him? And it's Super Dog. Crypto, I guess is his name. Oh, that's kind of a nifty scene right there. And Lex Luthor. Hmm. Okay. Oh, that's Nathan Fillion. Sky Gardner. Okay. So House of Solitude or Fortress of Solitude. Okay. And the love stories. That's fine. Kind of a weird date for it to come out the 11th. All right. So you can watch that again if you want when I talk about it. Let's see. Can we loop it? Let's see. And let's loop. So continue playing when we're talking about it. Okay. So we open up and he's pretty much bashed. We don't know what happened to him. That's fine. Then it shows him going to work. It looks like the world's been modernized. We get a look at the Daily Planet. Lois Lane. I think that there's somewhere in there is Jimmy Olsen and Perry White too. And Lois Lane's played by Rachel Brosnahan. I have a hard time with that last name. Who actually was in House of Cards and what is it? Something Miss Maisel, the Incredible Miss Maisel, I think. Very, very solid actress. I've always liked her. I liked her way back when I first saw her in House of Cards. Very solid actress. I think she'll do a good job. As far as James Gunn promoting himself, that's fine. As far as the where he puts in about the the Guardians of the Galaxy, whatever he says, creator of the trilogy Guardians of the Galaxy, that's fine. The only thing, in my opinion, I thought Guardians of the Galaxy 1 was really awesome. And I thought Galaxy of the Guardians Volume 2 was okay. I was really kind of disappointed in Guardian of the Galaxy 3, just my opinion. I, don't really think that those three movies are equal, in my opinion, anyway. Now, the father, I guess, is played by Pruitt Taylor Vince, who I'm not sure if you know this or not, but he's usually plays a character that's pretty disturbed. So I'm kind of wondering. The casting's a little strange. And I'm sure he's, in real life, he's a great guy and everything, but his characters usually are a little off balanced that he plays. So I don't know. He didn't seem the kind of father that, Clark Kent would or Superman would need growing up with all his issues. But, maybe, I'm sure he's going to do a fine job. I mean, he's been around for many years, and I'm sure he's a great guy, but his characters are a little, unstable. Crypto the Super Dog, I could do without it. I don't like any of the cheesiness. So I have read comic books, mostly in college. I haven't read them really very recently, but I've would never read anything with a super dog in it. Nicholas Hoult is Lex Luthor. I watched that guy way back when he was a kid in About a Boy, and of course his roles in the X-Men movies. I've got no problem with him. He looks great as Lex Luthor. I think that's probably a very good role for him, and I look forward to seeing him in that role. The one thing is it's a little surprising is that it seems to me he's getting top billing, and I think Rachel might be getting second billing, which is fine. I mean, they're both known stars, but it's hard to not hard. It's different to see a villain getting top billing, unless you're like Marlon Brando in Apocalypse Now. But anyway, that's fine. I don't really care about billing. I just thought it was strange. I don't know why the people have turned on him, but that's kind of a trite subject. People are always turning on superheroes. Would have liked something a little fresher. I mean, people are always turning on Spider-Man and I don't know, Superman. I think Superman, played by Henry Cavill, had some issues with people, and it's okay. But again, I was looking for something a little fresher. Nathan Fillion playing Guy Gardner. His hair looks like Prince Valiant with a bad dye job. I know Guy Gardner. I used to read him in the Green Lanterns back in the day. He used to have a bad temper, if I remember correctly. I actually was told that they turned his character into being sexually ambiguous. I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is true, I don't know if they carried that onto the movie. But something to watch, I guess. Then we get Metamorpho. We get Hawk Girl. I heard Supergirl's in this. I don't know if we see her. I don't think we see her, but I heard she's in it. At least we don't see Batman. But I don't know. It just seems a little bit too busy for a first movie. I would think that when you want to start something new, you start with a strong foundation. And Superman is pretty much the foundation for DC. Batman certainly probably tier 2, but Superman is the foundation on which it's built. And I would think they would want to give him his own movie. They don't have to necessarily go back to doing his roots. I don't think any of us really need to see the source material again about how it happened. That's been done to death. But I mean, at least we should see him establish himself as a main pillar of DC, and to share the time with Metamorpho, Hawkgirl, Guy Gardner, Supergirl, and whoever else might be in there. I think it seems a little premature. I thought you'd want to build on that later on, maybe. Anyway, as far as David Cornsweet, I saw him as a projectionist in Pearl just the other week. I didn't recognize him in this, by the way. I was kind of surprised. I looked him up. I'm like, oh, I know him. Why didn't I recognize him? He had a cheesy mustache in Pearl, though. Maybe that's why I didn't recognize him. I thought he was a very solid actor in Pearl. I kind of think he's got some hard shoes, big shoes to fill. I don't have any question at all about his acting. I do question his look. The reason I say that is because when you look at, especially Henry Cavill, he looked to me like Superman. Dean Cain, Christopher Reeves, when you look at them, they look very much like Superman. David Cornsweet, he looks just a little bit, I don't know. He just doesn't look as I'm trying to think of the word. I guess as cut, as perfect, I guess, like for a better word, of Superman. He looks kind of like the guy down the street. And I think Superman got to be almost like looking like, I don't know, perfection or something almost. And he just like I said, he looks like a guy that might move in down the street. But maybe I'm wrong, and he'll end up being very, very good. I think it's the fact that just following Henry Cavill is difficult because the way he was cut just was perfect for Superman. Um, let's see. Wendell Pierce is going to be playing Perry White. Outstanding. I liked him in Suits. I thought he was outstanding in The Wire. Everything Wendell Pierce has been in has been solid. So I was very happy to see that he's Perry White. Let's see. What else we got here? Getting back to saving the little girl. I thought that was an excellent, excellent scene. Primarily, it looks to me like they're going to be turning this movie into more action and a love story, which is fine. Those are the roots of Superman. Him and Lois Lane, and a lot of action and fighting. I think again, I just think the movie's a little bit too busy with all the guests in it. But we'll see. January 11th. I got to find out what's so special about that date. I wouldn't think they would release a major movie like this, then. But that's what it is. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got right now. If you got any comments, let me know. And I will talk to you later. This is Reverend Bill signing off for the night. Bye.